Well. We are back with you on a Wednesday in Southern California. The Brown Beauty is on duty. It's Jesse Torero. I'm here and everywhere from the community to the world. It's good to have you along with us. It's the Jesse T Show at just a little past in the City of Angels, paradise as we love it. A beautiful day here in Southern California again. Just a gorgeous day, nice and warm, not too hot, not too cold. The winters are starting to set in about 4, 5, or 6 weeks. Maybe some rain on the way, but boy, it was sure beautiful today. Got a lot covered. And yes, we closed another escrow. Bada bing, bada boom. You know I'm in the real estate business for almost 40 years. Jesse, Mr. Soul Torero, closed an escrow in 14 days. 14 days. That's 10 and 4 days. 10 and 4 days. 14 days, all cash purchase. It was great. She's moving in tomorrow. Got a little work to do for her still, but hey, congratulations to my new buyer and congratulations to my seller. Got both ends of that one. So we got some money in the honey, baby. Got some pocket. Got some change. Got some jing-jang. Ready to go. That's right. I'll have it for about 24 hours and then it's all gone. Oh, man. It's all gone that fast. Hey, thanks a lot for joining with us and getting that app on your phone, on your Apple or your Android. Remember, it's the Power Voices app. You can get it where you normally get apps and get that going for yourself so you can chime in with us all the time. Also, www.thepowervoices.com. That's our home base on the Global Radio Network. We like to have you tune in there. There's a lot of great programs to listen to. Not everybody's online like we are. We're not the only ones, but not everybody is online acting fine like the Brown Beauty on duty, Jesse T. That's right. Hey, I can't help but being me. And tonight we've got a big debate. Number 3 on the way. They say 3's the ticket or 3's company. We'll see Trump and Clinton tonight on the way at just after the show at 6 o'clock. So this is kind of warm-up act for you. And we're going to do a little what if in today, but I still want to kind of let you know where to tune in. To check out Instagram and Snapchat. Also live stream. And we bounce it into YouTube Live on the Power of Voices. Also Bamboozle, YouPeak, and Stream Up. And on 2 Facebook sites, facebook.com/The Power of Voices and facebook.com/Jesse Torero. And if you got a little Spanish going on, it's Torero. And if you got a little Italian going on, it's Torero. So either way is fine by me. And if you got a little Americanese going on, it's Torero. Hey, that's why we just call me Jesse T for short. Yeah, I am ready. I'm ready for a great show. Today we're going to be doing what ifing, because yesterday, I don't know what yesterday was about, but yesterday was a lot of fun, a whole bunch about nothing. But we sure had a lot of fun, Lee Michaels and I, back at the studio. Houston Control, we are ready, Houston Control. Thank you very much, Houston Control. We're ready to hit the Skype, and we're ready to hit the Facebook, and we're ready to see where you are checking in from. Craig Powers is watching, and he asked me, do I remember Ken DeBro? Ken DeBro. I like the name. Hey, that's DeBro over there. Yeah, DeBro. The broski, the broster, the bronawi. Bronawi? Where did I come up with that one? Hey, that's Torero speak, like, you know this word? I bet you don't know this word. Quinkadink. Quinkadink. That's coincident. Quinkadink, coincidence. Quinkadink, yes. I even have my own language. And my family knows it too. It's a secret language. Because we are an undisclosed place somewhere in the San Fernando Valley. We can't tell you where we're at. But it is down deep below the ground in a DUMB base, a deep underground military base, thousands of feet, where it's just perfect to broadcast live right here. Every day, Monday through Friday, the Jesse T Show, 5 to 6, live at 5. And you now have entered the world, according to Torero. Boom. We're going to put you straight on the point. Saying hi to Noel Martin. Thanks a lot, Noel. Where are you checking in from? Let us know what part of the country, world, galactic universe, wherever you're checking in from. Saying hi to Phil Tabby. Phil Tabby, baby. Phil Tabby. Let me tell you about Phil Tabby. He's such a tabby. Tabby, 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 tabby. Phil Tabby is the person who runs the CPAB, the Community Police Advisory Board here in the city of Los Angeles for the Foothill Division in the Northeast San Fernando Valley. Phil Tabby runs that, and he's doing a great job. He directs that meeting. We do that once a month. We meet with the police chief, the police captains here at the Foothill Division, and they have speakers and tell us all about the crime reports and keep us attuned. And we get out there and we're like the middlemen between the police and the community and the advisory board. All that came into play under Chief Willie Williams here when Chief Willie Williams was the next chief after Daryl Gates was forced to retire because of the Rodney King incident on Foothill Boulevard in Osborne in the Northeast San Fernando Valley here. And that's when LAPD started changing dramatically. And so in that respect, LAPD kind of changed dramatically during that time. And that's when community police advisories came into play. Community policing came into play. Constitutionality policing came into play. Excuse me, coughing a couple of times here. I had too many pomegranates right before the show. I love pomegranates. So anyhow, thanks a lot, Phil Tabby, for checking in. And, oh, man, we got somebody from Pennsylvania. Yeah, the PA, a swing state. Pennsylvania, very important in the election. Noel Martin, thanks a lot. Originally from Jersey. Jersey, baby. Yeah, Jersey. My godfather worked at a Jersey radio station way back before you and I were born, Noel. And he worked there with Dick Clark, and that's where they met. And then they went to Philly, and then they came out to L.A. So that's kind of how I got involved in radio as a little kid. But anyhow, you're a great Community Police Advisor Board member working hard for your efforts against human trafficking. That is so true. Thank you very much, Phil Tabby. You know something? That's it. I'm done coughing, okay? When Jesse T has to do something because he's done coughing, and I don't have any water with me, but I got a banana. So, I'm going to eat a banana. Hold on. When you're coughing, eat a banana. It calms the throat. The potassium in a banana, also, if you are a sugar addict like I am, I love sugar, I can't have any sugar, you eat a banana. It replaces sugar, your craving for sugar because of the potassium. Now watch, I won't cough anymore. Very good. Okay. Sorry you guys had to see me eating, but I like bananas. I don't know why. You know, the proper way to peel a banana, I bet you didn't know this. We're going to be what if in here. What if Hillary Clinton does become president? What if she wins? There's a very good chance that she might win. No doubt about that. Now, I'm a Trumpster. I'm trumping all the way. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, boom, boom, right? Boom, boom, right? Boom, 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 right? Yep, boom, 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 right? I'm trumping all the way. But Hillary Clinton might just win. Jeff McNeil is watching. Jeff McNeil, very good friend of mine, helped me get a job out at KGGI in Riverside. Jeff McNeil, what a great disc jockey, man. Worked up at KYA in San Francisco, owned that town for a little while, and then went down to San Diego. Great voiceover artist, too. Jeff, thanks a lot. Go Trump. Ooh. Anyway, we're going to do the what if, because Clinton just might win. I mean, let's face it, she just might win, okay? You know, now, if she wins, I lose $200 to Lee Baby Michaels. So, you know, Trumpster, baby, don't let me down, okay? I mean, I just closed an escrow today. I don't want to be giving any money away to Lee Michaels. Man, I tell you, we got a $200 bet. Yeah, yeah, man, that's right. We're running numbers. Yeah, we're running numbers off the back of the door here. You want to get involved? Hey, we got 2-to-1 odds here, all right? Hey, Lee, that's what we should do, man. We should start running numbers, pal. That's what we really should be doing, running numbers. We could be making some money. Yeah, all right. Okay. Jesse Andrew Torero is watching. The Jat Man. The Jat Man. J-A-T is watching. Thanks a lot, buddy. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to really peel a banana. Now, y'all have been peeling bananas like this, right? Banana off the top, right? All right. Get another banana. Here's a real banana. All right? I'm not going to waste this banana, but I'm going to peel it. Like that. We usually break this, and then we peel the banana like this. Oh, I'll just do it, okay? We break it like this, right? And then we peel banana that way, right? Jacqueline Russell, bravo! So happy to hear the wisdom. Bless you so much, amen. Hey, thank you very much. We're going to be doing What If in Clinton. What if in Clinton gets to be president? Oh, I'm going to do What If. I read a book about 20 years ago. It was this thick. It was that thick. 1,000 pages about what if. What if some piece of history changed, okay? All right, so, but in actuality, you're supposed to peel a banana from the butt. See, you always start from the butt. Uh-oh. I think I just got myself in trouble. You never stop. You never start at the top. You start at the butt. It's not the top, the butt. Now watch. See? You see that spot? The butt's always got a little brown right there. See? Right? And you take your thumb and you go just like this. Look at that. Look at that. It'll be the perfect peel. Look at this. Is that just awesome? I mean, you didn't know that you tuned into the Jesse T Show today and you learned how to peel a banana the right way. Perfect peel. Right? Look at that. But wait, there's more. We will teach you how to peel a pear. And for only $29.95, 1-800-462-2121, hey, we will teach you how to peel a pear for free and throw in 3 apples and 2 oranges. But wait, there is more. A Ginzu knife, guaranteed to cut the cheese at any time you need it. Yes, just give us a call, 1-800-469-23994. Yes, you can get it right now. Didn't know I could do commercials like that, right? Yeah, one time I tried out for QVC. They didn't give me a job. All right, that's how you peel a banana. You know how I learned that? Watching monkeys, watching apes and gorillas that eat bananas, peel bananas. They don't peel it from here. They peel it from there because their fingers are different and they can't. Here, it gets all messy and squishy. Here, it's perfect. All right. Okay, there you go. All right. That's what we got going on here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to bring this up now. Okay. There's a very good chance that Hillary Clinton is going to win. Okay. Now, I'm going to do everything I can in my power to put Trump in the White House because I am a Trumpster. And I have been right from the get-go. But Clinton could win. And the world goes on. You know, the world's not going to end. Life isn't going to stop. You're still going to have to pay your mortgage payment. Okay, you're still going to have to go to work. You're still going to have to peel some bananas. You're still going to go to Starbucks. Come on now. You're still going to love your wife and love your husband and love anything else that you guys like to love in between there and there. Okay? Whatever your lifestyle is. Hey, the world's going to go on. But what if she becomes president? This came out of a magazine called The Week. W-E-E-K. Most magazines today are online. This was a periodical that wasn't at the newsstands for a long time. But most magazines now today are online. And the writer of this, his name is Damon Linker. Damon Linker, okay? And he says, the caption is, after Trump loses, an ominous American future imagined by Damon Linker. Now, it caught my eye because I like the what if game. It's just intriguing to me. So I'm going to read this. It's not too long, it's not too short, it's kind of in between. But bear with me, guys. All right, troopers? Bear with me. All right, troopers, bear with me. I'll give you the good stuff in a little bit. Just bear with me, troopers. I always wanted to do a movie where I got to play a sergeant, like a drill sergeant, like that guy who played the drill sergeant in the greatest drill sergeant scene of all time. Oh, man, you know which one I'm talking about, right? Yeah, the movie will come to me in a second. Okay, so here we are. Here we are in July of the year 2019. Okay? Follow me now. Hopefully this won't be too much of a stretch of an imagination here. But here we are in July 2019. And what if Hillary Clinton becomes president? Okay? The country is racked by violence, hatred, and economic despair. President Hillary Clinton has declared martial law. And rumors are swirling around that the 2020 presidential election might need to be suspended. How did we come to this? In retrospect, the country's direction should have been clear since before the 2016 election. All of Donald Trump's talk of the election being rigged, the mischief making by WikiLeaks, the sporadic left-wing violence against the right as Trump careened toward defeat. I think most of us naively hoped that he'd back away from his inflammatory rhetoric and the political unrest would die down once the results of the vote were clear and overwhelming. Now, we're just what if-ing here, guys. Bob Hamilton's on with us. Hey, Bob, what's up, buddy? I know you're somewhere out there enjoying your cars. Or wait a minute, you sold your cars. That's right. Bob was an old car enthusiast. And great PD. Love Bob. All right. All right, so we're what if-ing. But of course, it didn't happen. Certainly, nothing about Trump's behavior up to that point gave us any reason to think he'd suddenly become civically responsible. And besides, he needed to stoke the anger and resentment of his followers to ensure maximum ratings for the newly launched Trump TV. People had been speculating about Trump's possible media ambitions throughout the summer and fall of 2016. But few understood at the time that the presidential campaign itself made such a venture absolutely essential for Trump. All of the bad press had determined his brand and made it go down. But by election day, the Trump hotels and golf courses were empty and losing lots of money, a fortune. He needed another revenue stream, and populist politics was the only option. See, I'm taking jabs here at both parties, guys. So if you think I'm just jamming it on Clinton here, I'm not. I'm also doing it to Trump. But what if Hillary Clinton makes president? This could be an outcome. We're talking 2019 now. Here's hence Trump's poisonous rant of concession speech after the votes were counted. It was all a marketing ploy. And boy, did it work. Sure, it was ridiculous. A 9-point landslide loss as a result of election fraud. It was utterly implausible, but that didn't keep millions of Trump voters from believing it and from vowing to remain loyal to the cause of opposing President-elect Hillary Clinton and the conservatives, or they used to call the cuck-servatives, who supposedly worked in secret with the media to ensure her victory. Most of the rest of the country, all the Clintons, Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, and even McMillan voters, had hoped that the ad hoc groups of armed white men who, at Trump urging, had patrolled minority neighborhoods in Philadelphia, Chicago, and other cities on Election Day would have disbanded. But Trump's election night speech and then the launch of his network in mid-December later that year ensured that they would stick around and further expand. Throughout the South, Appalachia, and the Rust Belt. Hundreds of these groups gathered at bars, union halls, and private homes for watching parties on the night Trump TV went on the air. It was pretty rough at first with some technical glitches and on-air awkwardness by everybody, but they got it straight and they found their rhythm. And Roger Ailes, Steve Bannon, and Jared Kushner really knew what they were doing. These are the veterans, The model, of course, was Fox News, with several of its biggest stars defecting to Trump's new network right after the election. Ann Coulter at 8 p.m. show was popular right from the start, but it was Trump's show with Sean Hannity at 9 p.m. 4 nights a week that formed the backbone and ratings juggernaut for the new channel. It was a work of absolute perverse genius, according to many. Trump had already had many shows that the media could show he was an overwhelming success, and his pronouncements that were so wildly crazy, it was sure to be a winner. Now he had a massive platform that he could promote all day long with provocative tweets, which led to an hour-long diatribe aimed directly at President Clinton in 2019 and congressional Republicans. It was vulgar and rude and ill-informed and utterly devastating to the new president. Clinton was always going to have a tough time governing anyway. Yes, the 2016 election gave her a narrow 3-seat Democratic majority in the Senate, but the GOP held the House, and once Paul Ryan was deposed as a speaker in post-election coups and replaced by pro-Trump first brand Dana Rohrabacher, boy, there was no chance the coming president would get anything done. Still, few predicted that people would look back at the inside the Beltway dysfunction of the Obama years as the golden age of governing. With 3 federal government shutdowns and a failed presidential impeachment trial in the last 2.5 years in 2019, there has been no time to address any of the problems. Above all, slow motion collapsed everything. The Affordable Care Act, with Trump on his air show every night of the week, rallying against President Clinton and her Republican lapdogs for trying to fix Hillary's care plan. Kind of a variation of the Obamacare plan. Rather than letting it die, Congress did nothing as hundreds of thousands and then millions were dropped from the health insurance or faced a choice of devastating rate hikes or tax penalties for failing to maintain coverage. It's been pretty appalling, but none surprising at all. Republicans first experienced this kind of thing back in the 1990s when Rush Limbaugh began to use his radio show to motivate thousands of listeners to barrage their representatives in Congress with phone calls and faxes, keeping them in line and ensuring they never compromised with the Democrats, with Trump TV landing the charge every night of the week, with ratings doubling, tripling, quadrupling, and the Fox News basically going out of business. The shift was on, and congressional Republicans left their feet held to white-hot fire roaring underneath them. No wonder no one has dared to break from the backstep march to bring down crooked Hillary. And indeed, between the healthcare debacle that she created, the stagnant economy that she couldn't do anything about, the continuing terrorist attacks that she let in due to her lack of caring of immigration in Europe, and especially here on the homeland, several close calls with Russian military in Syria, her deals from the past backfired in the Baltics, and the constant stream of dirt dug up by WikiLeaks showing the criminality that she's had for over 45 years. Judicial Watch was against her, and of course she could get nothing done in the nonstop barrage of Trump TV. The House was simply consumed by constant Hillary hatred. But that's nothing compared to what we've seen since the midterm elections of 2018 with both House of Congress now firmly in Republicans' hands. Americans have devolved into complete chaos. First, there was the shock retirements of Justin Ginsburg, Thomas within 10 days of each other and mid-March, and the Supreme Court all of a sudden hobnobbing along became very left-wing liberal-minded under President Clinton. That would affect the way our country was run for the next 40 to 50 years. Unable to work all those deals out with the Republicans, there was not much of time for a majority in the Supreme Court, so it continued to be a minority Supreme Court. One liberal, one conservative. That's the way things went. But with Trump TV throwing around accusations of Republican treason, and Democrats lived at the prospect of any occasion to not go to the right, all hope for compromise was blanked out. Then came the riots. Who knows why in late May, death of a black motorist at the hands of a white police officer in St. Louis suburbs sparked as much violence as the world country has ever seen in this nation, when so many, sadly, similar events took place all over the country in the major cities for the past 2 years. It had merely got localized and protests got big. President Clinton, largely unfilled, couldn't address the problems underlying any of the injustices, and she had to call in and enforce martial law across the nation. I suspect it had nothing to do with the mounting racial tension of police unions that have become more and more explicit in aligning themselves with Trump and the militias. Whatever the cause, East St. Louis erupted as soon as the video of the shooting made it online and quickly spread through the country and the hieroglyphic formats of holograms. Within 2 days, dozens of cities and suburbs were burning nightly, 24 hours a day. That was when the militia really came down, and the modernization of the militia with their weapons and their armaments created a fight on every street corner in America, and martial law had to be enacted to put down those lawless thugs, as Hillary Clinton put it. And that's what happened. For several evenings in a row, days and weeks, groups of mostly white men across the country gathered to watch the hour-long summons for action by former Republican and nominee Donald Trump. The rest is just a blur. There was so much violence, it was just all a blur. And violence continued and escalated for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And President Clinton made it clear that she intended to lift the nationwide curfew and withdraw the National Guard as soon as possible. But there's no evidence that that unrest is going to recede. And Trump TV now mixes attacks on the rioters and defense of the cops with the equally venomous, lawless Hillary Clinton. And all the WikiLeaks up to that point showing her criminality, she was stuck in ice and could not move either way. Donald Trump Jr. speaks openly on running for president and champion of the people against the tyrants and thugs who are running America, though he also warns in ominous tones that the president will do anything and everything in her power to stop him, including calling off the election altogether, which only stirs up the militias more and more martial law and prolongs the violence in America. None of us knows precisely what's going to happen next, my friends. But what if Hillary Clinton becomes president? What if that happens? Interesting, huh? Trump TV. Hillary Clinton as president? Huh. Martial law. Whoa. And we talked about martial law about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and why we don't want martial law in this country. Because once it is in place, it will never be taken down. Martial law gets rid of habeas corpus. Martial law gets rid of our amendments in our Bill of Rights. Martial law gets rid of our Constitution. Martial law we don't want. If Hillary Clinton becomes president, that could be one scenario. And that's scary. You know, Trump's not going to go away. And neither is Hillary. Pretty interesting. What if? Fair and balanced there, looking at both sides, because of their dysfunction and their arguing and their anger and the mud throwing and the inability of the House and the Senate and the judicial system being swayed politically now. What if? Well, let's look at this a little further, if we will. Let's kind of check it out and go a little bit deeper into it. Okay? That was written by a guy who writes for The Week. It's a weekly magazine online. Thought it was pretty interesting. Kind of looked at both sides in sort of a negative way. Because neither one of them are going away. Only one is going to win. And the other one is going to stay. And they're going to stay on the scene. Okay? That's one for you if Clinton wins. There's another one that I'll got coming at you in a couple of days if Trump wins. What if? But you see, the point I'm trying to make here is that our system is such in a quagmire that what we have here is the inability to do anything right for the people. The other day, Trump did something which I thought was magnificent. He called for term limits in a video. I believe he was in Ohio. It's online. He called for term limits for Congress and term limits for the Senate. In other words, once they get to their term, they can't rerun. See, that's where the corruption starts in our government, is in the Senate and in the Congress, because they can be bought. And in order for them to stay in office, they need to have money. Congress has to get re-elected every 2 years. It costs $3, $4, $5, $6, $8, $10 million for a congressman to get elected. Even if he's doing all the right things for his constituents back home. Senators are even more. They're in power for 6 years. Those things can roll over, and the longer these cats stay in power inside the Beltway, the more corrupt they become, because the more money they take and the more money they got to pay back. You got to pay back what you get. If you don't pay back, then serious things happen to you, you know? Just look at Hillary Clinton and the serious things that happen to people who get too close to her that she doesn't like. Nothing's ever been proved. It's all an allegation, but boy, it's a coinkydink. It's a coincidence. Julie Davis says social media is so biased. It is. And you have to cut through those bias statements and come to the determination. But the one thing that social media does, it gives you an impassioned point of view about one part of the story. You can find another passionate point of view about the other part of the story. Because Main Street media gives you nothing but a song and dance show. It's sort of like watching American Idol or the World Wrestling Federation, the WWE. It's nothing but an entertainment show. I can prove that because today, early on in the morning, I was watching Fox, CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, and all the other ones. And out in Las Vegas, they have this thing set up like a freaking Super Bowl party. It reminded me of a Super Bowl party. The Super Bowl, the pregame, the tailgate party. There's people barbecuing. They got the big debate signs. It's got all the neon signs. It's got the cameras floating in and out. It's and I said to myself, what am I watching here? The Super Bowl? This is a political debate which should be serious, not a party. And it's a party. You see, it's nothing but just entertainment for you and me. You got to cut to the chase and find out your answers. And unfortunately, people don't read anymore. And nothing is being produced to read anymore of any consequence about the current events. So the only way that you can get it is to dig for it on the internet. And to look at both sides and come to your determination. For me, it's Donald Trump. Because he's the best of two evils. I just can't vote for somebody who has a criminal record. Crooked Hillary, I just can't do it. If there was a Democrat out there that was like John F. Kennedy, If there was a Democrat out there that was more akin to FDR, then maybe I could vote for a Democrat, cross the line. But they're not. They're just as bad as Trump, and Trump isn't that bad. Come on, man. He says a few things, his slippery, slippery tongue. Okay, whoopee-doo, but she has broken the law. What about Haiti? You guys have completely forgotten about Haiti. The Clinton Foundation was supposed to raise money. In fact, it was enacted for Haiti. The big, huge storm and earthquake and stuff they had in Haiti, so many people died. That money was, the Clinton Foundation was put together to raise money for Haiti. And Haiti got 5% of the money, and the Clinton Foundation got 95% of the money they raised, and they raised hundreds of millions of dollars. The Haitians hate them. The Haitians hate him. Google it up. They hate Hillary. Why? Because people died. They lied, and people died. Here's the lie. We got a foundation. We're raising money for the victims of the Haiti Relief Fund. That's a lie, because the money never went there. So people died. Another lie and die. What about Haiti? What about Benghazi? You see, you really got to get past the fact that she's a woman. You got to get past the fact that she hates Catholics and Christians. She has, the WikiLeaks have shown that she has great dismay for the middle class, for folks like you and me. All you got to do is do some research and find out all the people that she's had hired working for her chefs, her butlers, her maids, to see how vile she is. Secret Service that have retired and are willing to talk about it. All you got to do is look that up. It's not just one or two people. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of regular folks. But you're afraid to look it up. You're afraid to see the truth because of your disdain and hatred for Donald Trump. And he's no Puritan. Don't be fooled. You don't become a multi-billionaire being a nice guy. You got to have some knowledge. You got to have some grit. You got to have some huevos. And you got to be able to make things happen. But the one thing he has done is he has employed many more people than she ever employed, and he had to make his buck. She's made nothing. She's just taking money out of your pocket. That's called taxes. While she was in government employ, they were doing the speeches. And Bill Clinton is such a pervert. He's such a pervert. People say, well, that doesn't matter. He's not running for president. Yes, but birds of a feather flock together. Okay, come on. These two people have been business partners since they met in Arkansas in college. And she wears the pants of the family. Bill takes his pants off. She keeps her pants on. Well, she can keep her pants on as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather see Bill with his pants off than her with her pants off any day. I don't care what you think about that remark. But here's the point. The point is, you just got to do your homework. You got to look past the media. You got to look and see who these people are. And find out who's worked for them. And find out where they get their money. And where they get their money is from the most vile people in the world. People that beat women up and rape them. People that stone women to death and cut their heads off. People that don't allow their women to have hygiene. People that don't allow their women to go to the hospital. People that don't allow their women to drive a car and get an education. You're talking about a part of the world that's like, 600 AD. And they're giving her millions of dollars. It's a documented fact. Just that alone. Forget about the WikiLeaks. Really. So you got a best buddy, and you guys, are doing business together. And your enemy gives your best buddy millions of dollars and you don't know about it. So that when you and your buddy make a decision about something, he sways you in some small nuanced way or large way to maybe make the decision this way, because that's the way the enemy's money wanted it to go, but you don't know about it. And then you find out later. And then you just, oh, it's okay. What, are we drunk? Are we drugged up or something? You got a woman that made a horrible deal with Russia. You got a woman that made a horrible deal with Iran. You got a woman that made a horrible deal with Libya, with Egypt. You got a woman that made a horrible decision of getting our troops out of Iraq. And President Obama was the ultimate one that made the most horrid decision, leaving a vacuum so these killers, these psychopathic, disgusting killers that happen to believe that Allah is God and Muhammad is their prophet, and they've taken over their party, they've taken over their religion, these psychopathic, disgusting, warfaring, scumbag jihadists, Islamic jihadists, nincompoops that can't even add 1 and 1. And she gets millions of dollars from them. She made a horrible deal there. She made a horrible decision at Benghazi when Obama ordered her to get our guys out. She waited 2 hours. Meantime, have you seen the pictures of Ambassador Stevens and how he was tortured? That's because that 2 hours that she took to finally act, that's when he was murdered. And he was tortured for 7 hours. They've taken money out of Haiti. They receive money. They get money from Putin to come to Russia to give speeches. Obama, we forgot about this one. Remember the election of 2012? When he was in Russia, I think it was the G7 or the G20 economic and business world meeting, and they were sitting in their big potentate chairs, he and Putin, and he reached over to Putin to the right, and Putin moved to his left, and it was caught on video and caught on audio where he said, hey, I'll be able to do a lot more after I'm elected. Wait till after the election's done. I'll be able to do a lot more. That came right from Obama's mouth. That satanic devil. Well, he did. He pulled our guys out and allowed that void to come in. Oh, come on, another coinky-dink. Coincidence, right? And you guys want to vote for her and vote for the Obamas. And you want to keep this stupid song and dance routine going because some guy has a potty mouth? Hey, we need a change. I wish there was a JFK Democrat. I would vote for him in a heartbeat, a Bobby Kennedy. I wish JFK Jr. didn't mysteriously die in a twin-engine plane flying from New York back to Massachusetts, that he made that flight almost every day of the week. And it was clear weather, and they never found the body because it was a small plane. There is no black box in a small plane. But he was a schooled, skilled pilot, and he was running for Senate of the state of New York, where he lived and practiced law. Yeah, the little boy that stood attention and put his hand to his head when his father's casket at the funeral, JFK Jr., And oh, lo and behold, who stepped right in after that? Hillary Clinton, and won the seat for New York. Wow. Wouldn't have happened if JFK Jr. was alive. You see, he'd probably be running for president today. See, there's the point. The point is that you got to do your homework, people. It's like we've got a big election coming up November 8th here in Los Angeles as well. And the ballot, the ballot book, the pamphlet book is this thick. It's an inch thick. And there's so much information in there about every proposition. But yet the little pamphlet, when you go in, if you haven't read the big pamphlet, the little pamphlet is about this thick, eighth of an inch. And it's got an edited version of all the propositions. But yet if you don't do that, and you get your card and you stick it in the machine and you hit the square box with the puncher, it has 3 lines, 4 lines, maybe 5 of what that proposition's about. And that's how people vote. Because they know that they aren't going to read the big book. They know they aren't going to read the small book. They know that they're going to respond to colorful words, and they're going to make that passage. So when you go in and hit the square thing, you vote for something that is not necessarily true. See, they know this. Trump wants term limits on Congress and Senate. Lee and I were talking about this the other day, about corruption. Lee's my engineer, my IT guru. He has a morning show, 10 to 12, here on thepowervoices.com. He was talking about this, and we were talking about how do you stop and change America. I'm from the argument standpoint, it's gone. It's over. And if we continue to vote the same idiotic, moronic people in, the same old, then what do we expect to happen differently? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen differently. If you don't take a paradigm shift and change in something, nothing's going to happen. And these are 2 people, and they're dramatically different. Nothing's going to happen if you don't make a shift. You want the inside the beltway crap? And the Clintons, man, they are so powerful and so fearful. People are afraid of their lives with these people, and they're so horrid to their help. They're like she said in a WikiLeaks, she said it out of her own mouth. I give off certain answers to the public, but in private, they're a lot different. She's telling you. But I talk to people every day. Oh, Trump. Come on. And they don't know nothing. Because Western media, mainstream media doesn't talk it. And people they're going to vote not out of the 1-inch book here in California, not even the 1/8-inch book. Just when they go in with their little skinny card, put it in the thing and poke the thing. That's how they're going to vote. Uninformed public. Rush Limbaugh used to say, a uninformed voter. I'm going to be more bold and say stupid, dumb, disgustingly irresponsible. You've got to get out there and understand what you're doing. What if Hillary Clinton becomes president? What if? Do you think immigration is going to change? Yeah, 550% more. Do you think extreme vetting is going to happen? No. Some tweaking, that's it. Do you think Obamacare is going to go away? No. Do you think your prices on Obamacare in 2017 are going to go up? Yes. Mine are already going up. The problem with that is we have to make sure the insurance companies can go anywhere in the country and sell their goods. Their hands were tied. They couldn't go in one state or this state or that state. No competition. You think our military is going to go from a 280-ship military to a 320-ship military when the military Navy people are saying, the Navy admirals are saying that if we sink down to 262 ships,
We will not be able to put flotillas in 2 oceans, and there's 7 seas. Yeah, there's 7 seas, the 7th fleet. That's why there's 7 fleets in America. But we won't be able to put 2. And our technology for our military men and women is old. The M1A1 Abrams tank, M1A2 Abrams tank, the Israeli tank is better. And the new Russian tank, pretty good. Cyber attacks, that's where World War III is going to take place. Why aren't we protecting our giant generators and power plants with Foley boxes? Your microwave is a Foley box. Protected against an EMP explosion or a cyber attack. Can't get into your microwave. What? You think that's going to change? No. You think she's all of a sudden going to start loving Christians and Catholics? No. She's the most racist person you ever meet. She uses the N-word all the time. Just read the WikiLeaks stuff. Just go online and bring up video and interviews of people that have worked for her as far back as 2000. But we don't know this, you see. She's not the right woman for the job. There is a right woman for the job out there somewhere, but she's not it. How does somebody go from $300,000 in assets that they say they had when they left the White House to $170 million in that short a period of time? How does that happen unless you're some, internet genius, entrepreneur? She doesn't even like entrepreneurs. She wants to kill those initiatives. What's she going to do about bringing jobs back? She's not talking about lowering taxes. She's talking about raising taxes. She's got no plan for jobs. Print up more fake money from the Federal Reserve and put us in more debt so she can fix roads and bridges. Oh, isn't that great? Then your children suck it. Because someday this economy we're in is going to collapse. We just can't keep borrowing against thin air. We're not on the gold and silver system anymore. We're on the tender system. And the tender system can mean rocks and trees. But the tender system for the world means the American taxpayer, the American manufacturing might. As soon as we lose that manufacturing might and the ability for our taxes to pay for our debt, we have no more valid tender. You got to learn about what money is. This is important stuff. Yeah, it makes your head hurt. But let me tell you, if you don't do something about it, folks, a lot more is going to hurt. And Bernie Sanders was not the guy. He was a socialist. He wants the government to pay for everything. We can't. Sorry, we can't. 109 million people are on some government assistance program in America. On my website, facebook.com/Jesse Terrero, I have that article that I just read. And in the article, I gave some websites there. There's a website, it's called the Debt Clock. Debt Clock. Look it up. It'll blow your mind. The Debt Clock. It's unbelievable. We are going in debt $2 billion every. This is mind-boggling. America is going into debt $2 billion every minute. Let that sink in. We're $20 trillion in debt. And the unsecured debt puts up near $200 trillion. Well, this is going to collapse. We have to have jobs. We have to have manufacturing come back. We have to close our borders that only allow good, smart people into this country that are willing to live and die for this country. We have to vet those that come from nations that hate us, not nations that love us. We've got to back our police and firemen all the way. We got to arrest and have law and order. That's not racism, it's law and order. Law and order doesn't mean racism. It's law and order. A civil society has to have law and order. Otherwise, it's anarchy and chaos. And if you want to live in that, I got no problem. I'll live in that. I'll survive. I'm a pretty good shot. The point is, we got to have a strong military. The point is, we have to have better education in our schools. Lee and I talked about that. Common Core is not it. The point is, we have to ease off on the discrimination and the racism and the bigotry and that stuff. We got to stop that. We got to look at the things and the advances that this country has made in all those areas, in the positive way it's going. Not to say it's the best, but it sure is better than 100 years ago and 200 years ago, and it's going to be better 100 years from now if we keep our nation together. We got enemies that want to exact us off the planet Earth, like Russia, Iran, North Korea. The terrorists, jihadists, Islam, psychopath, psychotic killers. The absolute cartel, drug-running pieces of crap that are worth billions of dollars. The gangs. We got serious problems. And she's not the one to do it, in my opinion. She carries way too much baggage, and she owes way too many favors. And she's too indoctrinated into the beltway of Washington, D.C. Term limits. Term limits. This is why the president can only go two 4-year back-to-back, 8 years. She's been around too long. Say hi to Monica, Bob, Julie, Maria, Mama T, Jacqueline, Noel, Jeff McNeil, Jack, Phil Tabby, Noel Martin, A, Craig Powers, and so many others that chimed in today. Thank you very much. This is Jesse Duke Show live at 5, Monday through Friday, right here from 5 to 6 tonight. In just a few seconds, the third debate. Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Gonna go do it right now. Hey, remember, you weren't in the world according to Guerrero. I let you go now. Enjoy your evening. And always remember to howl like a wolf. Ow! Because a wolf never stops fighting. Ow! Looking for my wolf men and looking for my wolfy women. Ow! The Brown Beauty is off duty. Take our country back. Boom!